fresher or experienced?
Experience. As a start, you need experienced people. I'll give you the reason. I did an interview for Infosys, and for Infosys also I was hired.
Do you think MVP helps you in some of the other way? The startup, like getting clients trust, or or as a visibility point of view, do you think that helps?
And you don't need to be a core developer or anything to understand the
Correct.
SharePoint concept.
Welcome to Enjoy SharePoint YouTube channel. Here we discuss about SharePoint, Power Platform, SPFX, all these things, completely the Microsoft 365 technology stuff. Today, not in fact not today, from last long time, I was thinking that we'll start with some podcast where we'll bring some people who can add value to our listeners or who are watching our videos. So for that, today I have Siddharth, who is a Microsoft MVP, and he has a lot of experience on that. You might know a lot of people know him. He doesn't want a introduction of it, but still I welcome Siddharth. So Siddharth, welcome to our channel.
Thank you.
And tell me something about yourself, how it is going.
First of all, thank you for inviting me. So as you all know, my name is Siddharth Vaghasia, and I have around 14 plus years of experience. And I started my career here in Bangalore.
You are in Bangalore before?
Yeah, I was in Bangalore.
Okay.
So I was placed in HP, Hewlett Packard, and I was a .NET developer, in fact. Okay, and then after Bangalore, I moved to Pune. Okay, and overall, I have 15 years of experience in and around Microsoft technology stack. So I started with .NET, then most 2007, SharePoint 2010. 2013, 16, and SharePoint Online, of course.
Okay, so this is exactly the same story I have. I started from 2003, little bit. I mean, we saw that environment, but from 2007 we started, and then 2010 and stuff like that. But how you introduced to this SharePoint world? How you came to know about it?
Yeah. So while I was in HP, right, and there were other interns also who were from my college, from other part of the world.
Okay.
As you know, as a fresher, what we get is, like once we are joining in a company, they just randomly put you either in .NET, Java, or somewhere else, right?
Correct.
So we were part of the .NET group, and within .NET group, what was happening was that then they allocated project, and I was in a .NET project only. But one of my roommate and the other friends which I had, they were on a project which was on SharePoint. Okay. And so I know a little bit about SharePoint, but I was still with .NET only with HP. Okay. And then I wanted to switch company. I did an interview for Infosys, and for Infosys also I was hired as a .NET developer. Okay. But the location was Pune. I wanted to move to Pune. Close to my home. But when I joined Infosys, I was allocated to a cloud unit called cloud unit basically.
Okay.
And therein I knew that I'm not part of a .NET team or something. I have to work on SharePoint. So at least there were 3 other guys, but at least I was the one who was knowing that there is something called SharePoint. Okay. The other 3 doesn't know about anything about SharePoint. They were pure .NET developers. But at least I knew what was SharePoint, and the idea behind them putting us into SharePoint was because at that time, as you all know, that there were not many people who know SharePoint.
Correct. There are very rare people.
Very rare people,
you not get that.
And that too, the people who were there, the work which was coming was mostly on the .NET side also, because we were doing the
custom development kind of things.
Right. And that is where the team, they have said that okay, we need a .NET developer who just need to know .NET and who should be able to do custom web parts. And that is where I started my journey with SharePoint and Infosys.
That's nice. You said you were from Pune, so that time you got through campus or something in Bangalore, or
no? I'm from Gujarat basically. Okay, and I completed my masters in Ahmedabad in Nirma University, and yes, I was a campus recruitment. So we had all the MNCs which was coming, like Infosys, TCS, HP, and I was placed in HP, and that is why as a last sem project, and plus they had also offered the job. So I was here for around 3 years.
Okay. So actually yesterday, we conducted one, entire the full day event. So he was a speaker on that, and few people actually asked me, few college, few people from the college they came. So how easy it is for them to start with SharePoint? Like, do you think they can learn SharePoint and they can search for job? Like, when if you are getting in campus, it is okay. I mean, you don't have a control on that.
Right.
But as a fresher, let's say, who are not placed in that, do you think it is nowadays it is ideal that you can learn something in SharePoint and you can think of starting your career in SharePoint?
So yeah, definitely, for the freshers, it is definitely easy because we all know with SharePoint we get lot of out of the box capabilities, right? And you don't need to be a core developer or anything to understand the
Correct.
SharePoint concept. And the good thing is there are a lot of resources which are available. Officially, you can go to microsoftlearn.com and find all the resources.
Correct.
The only thing I would suggest to freshers is, that because of so much of vast information or vast content available, they might not know the right path.
Path to
Okay,
do it.
like where to focus, what not to focus. So I would say if you are a fresher and if you are just getting into SharePoint, just focus on the basics first. Okay? Understand what is SharePoint, what is on premises, what is SharePoint online, what are the site structure, list, libraries, permissions, etc. What kind of capabilities it is giving.
Correct.
And once you know that basic, then you can go and start exploring, what kind of customization is done, what kind of projects are being done and everything. But yes, you can go to learn.microsoft.com and there is vast content. I have seen few blogs also wherein they have set this path, learning path, right? I remember probably Dhruvin has one blog in C Sharp Corner where he has mentioned, that how to get started with SharePoint Online for a fresher, and where he have listed down all the topics. I have used that blog for training few of the people also. They think, okay, you focus on this thing.
Okay.
But yeah, it's definitely good, a good career path. We all know, where Microsoft is going with SharePoint and everything. The whole paradigm has changed. But yeah.
So just to add one thing here, even you can follow our website where we, as a beginner, we produce the content. We have a training course also. You can check it out. But I would suggest you first go through a couple of our articles, because there you can just first you need to know it, how it is going,
Basic.
and then you can go through it. I'm just promoting it, but as a fresher, I also feel that if you learn it little bit, there are requirements now.
Correct.
Lot of companies are
Companies are
asking. They just care about knowledge. If you have knowledge, they are not thinking about fresher or experience, because they know who are coming out from the college, they have the right attitude.
Correct.
And they can learn, and this way. So now in terms of job things, how people will focus on their work. Let's say once you get into this corporate world, now you will see, right, we got stuck in one project, and then after 1 year you will realize
That-
SharePoint is somewhere and you are not there. What you will suggest for them, like they should do some practice in the
Correct.
outside of work.
No, yeah, definitely this is the same experience all of us had. Plus, I am also seeing with other people also. Okay, while conducting some of the interviews, we see people with 4 or 5 years of experience, and we tell them that, have you worked on this new things which has been come? Do you know about it? And they say, no, we never get a chance to work on in our project.
Correct.
Okay, so for them, I would say, our companies or employers won't be able to give us everything, right? Because it has to run, and you have to serve a particular customer, and there would be a particular type of work where you would be allocated.
Right.
Plus, because you are expert in that, it is very difficult to replace you also. So if you are asking for a change, saying that, okay, give me some new project, it would take 6 months, 1 year or so to actually
Because to replacement
replacement
of
also,
yours,
to find the
correct.
replacement, right?
Who can continue your work, and you will go to a new thing.
Exactly, right. So that is where, I was also, in fact, while I was with my previous employer, for 6 years I was on premises only. Okay, I was not introduced to SharePoint Online or anything. But after 2 or 3 years, I started, hearing this word SharePoint Online and everything. And in that project, definitely there was no chance we were able
Learn
to
everything.
learn everything, or were able to introduce SharePoint Online also. So then I started on my own. Okay, so what I did was I see, okay, what is difference between on-premises, SharePoint Online, started learning things and everything. So your employer or your project managers won't be able to give you new kind
Everything,
of everything. You have to do on it your own, right? And there are, if you are active in LinkedIn, if you are following the the articles and blogs, and you definitely know what are the new things coming. You don't have to go deep into it. What you can do is you can just read and probably give a quick overview, understand that this is something which has came, right?
Correct.
And then once you get a chance to work on it, then you can deep dive in. But at least you should know that there is something new which is coming, and these are the new features which are there. So you know when you are doing a solutioning or implementation, you would know that we can do that.
You can do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll come to the next path of your thing. Like you started your own company. So what motivates you, and how it was difficult to take that decision? Because most of the things we companies not funded, right?
Yeah.
Mostly we bootstrapped by ourselves. So how you motivated, and what motivated you to start it?
Right. So there were couple of reasons. Okay. I had always had, back thing in my mind that, okay, probably down the line I'm going to go and do something on my own. Okay. My roommates who were in, Ahmedabad, they have started very early. They have started their own companies, and they did probably job for 2-3 years, and after that they started it. So always I had this thing in mind that, okay, probably I'll also do it. Okay. But then life doesn't go as per the plan, and but it says it's never too late. Whenever you are starting, you will start. So what happened was, back in while I was working in TCS, my wife was also working, and we both were working, and we have twins, right? And either of us had to be at home and take care of the kids also. Okay, so that was one of the reasons. And my wife has recently changed the company at that time.
Okay.
And this gave me a push. Okay, indirectly, though I can say the reason that, okay, I am taking care of my twins and that is why I love, but that is not the case. It was me who was always had this kind of thing that, okay, I'm going to change it. It's just that I got a reason that yes, now this is the thing where I can do it. Initially it was very difficult, because first thing is we were so much in our comfort zone. I was working for the MNC, so I was so much in my comfort zone. At month end we get our salary. Okay, you don't have to worry too much about deliverables or anything on the weekends and everything, right?
Those kind of things
Those
were
kind of
not there.
you just
most
go
likely.
Monday to Friday you go there, you do your work. Probably you will work sometimes on Saturday, Sundays, but it's just that after some point you can tell them, no, this is what I can do, after that I cannot do it, right? So it was difficult, but I started giving some trainings, okay, and got couple of consulting assignments, small assignments. So initially 6 months it was difficult, to manage things, but my expectation was not that big when I started. We had always set the expectation that whatever we are getting from the current employer, probably I'll get 30%, 40%, but we are okay with that. Okay, and that is what we wanted to.
And that's what we think exactly. Even when I started, my intention was very clear that I cannot match the exact salary what I'm getting. In fact, I was working with TCS when I left it.
Right.
So and then first thing was coming to mind was the training. We will conduct some trainings, we'll get some money, at least we have something. And then there is my family, my brother and his wife, both were working. So I know if something will go wrong, then they are there to support it. And, so that is the thing. But and another thing is, so what the challenges you faced? It's getting the clients' projects or setting up a team. So which was more challenging when you were starting?
Definitely in the starting, getting the clients would be difficult. Okay, but once you have couple of clients, the more challenging part, which is regular and which you would have to fix, is to have a right team. Okay, without team you cannot do anything. And we as a consultant or we as a freelancer also, if we are working, right, we probably can work 18 hours, 20 hours, but you cannot work 24 hours. Plus you can only serve a couple of clients, you cannot serve more than that, right? So to grow and everything, you definitely need support, a good team, and also people with right attitude. Okay, though they might not be that technically good, but at least if the attitude is right, what they can do is, they help you in all the cases. You just have to tell them that, okay, this is something which is there, we need to deliver this way, these are the articles, and they go and follow it. And if they have right attitude, they don't consider it as a job or anything. And fortunately I had a good team. The initial people who joined me are one way or another connected with me, either worked with me, okay, and they trust me that okay, we are leaving an MNC, but okay, we are joining him. It would be risk for them definitely, right? Because they are leaving the MNC and joining me as a small company.
Right.
But they had this trust, and with that trust, I also try to see that I'm fulfilling their basic things, like technical things, and I'll give them visibility and everything. So with that, but yeah, to answer your question, right team is definitely necessary.
Needed.
There are lots of projects or lots of clients which you will get one way or another, but if you don't have a right team, you won't be able to grow.
In fact, if you have the right team, they can deliver it properly and you will get continuous work on
Work
that.
also, yes.
But the other way will not work. In fact, for me also, now we have a right team. You can see Subhit.
Yeah.
He's very young, 18 years, and I just message him. You'll be available on Saturday, Sunday. I may, do some podcast, and I just message him, and he said, okay, I'll be available. Morning even I said 8:30. Can you come? And he was there 8:20, I think so.
Okay.
So good team is very important.
Exactly.
And so how let's say, I know people must have been leaving, they will say, Siddharth, I want to leave. So how you motivate them to stay there? I mean, what are the things basically you as a for your people, for your team, how you motivate them, or what are the things that you provide them, so that because we don't have a fancy office, we don't have a brand name,
Correct.
but how you are holding that?
So fortunately, touch wood, until now I don't have anybody who has joined me still have not come to me saying that I wanted to leave. Okay, so that is the good thing. That is the good thing. But yes, for that, I can think of the primary reason is we do certain things, okay, as a part of a culture of our company, wherein while they were working with me also. What I do is on their birthdays, on their anniversary, I send them few gifts. Okay. Plus, we do not have any leave policies. Okay. We do have a portal where we just tell them to go and apply your leaves. Okay. But we are very much okay with anybody, anytime going on a leave.
Any problem.
Okay. And they have to just tell that okay, we are going on a leave for a week or 10 days or so we can do the planning, backup planning and everything. But the good thing is then when they are on leave also, they are also saying that okay, I will be available for a couple of hours, and sometimes that is what you need.
Yeah.
For whole day. You don't need anybody to working for 24/7 or anything.
Correct.
If they are there for a couple of hours, if they are there to answer the client's queries or anything, or plus to support their backup, that okay, this is what I have done, this is what I have not done, and it works very well.
Yeah, the work will go smoothly.
Works very good. Plus I do regularly connect with them. Okay, I connect with them over phone over a weekend. I just give them a call, what are you doing, and is everything all right, do you have any questions, do you have any concerns or anything within the team member, with the client, are you facing any challenge? I do try to get in connect with them, and I also rather than technically, I also try to tell them how to communicate in certain situations with the client. If we have done something wrong, be transparent about it. Okay, but get them a plan saying that okay, this is what
we did the mistake, we will fix it.
Yeah, but we will fix it, and this is how we are going to fix it, if they have any idea. So it should be okay. I just tell them, you be transparent with it. Okay, and if you be transparent with me also, with client also, I think all of us are understandable.
Yeah,
okay,
it is called experience, right?
Yeah, it's
we will do mistakes.
Correct. So everybody would understand, that, and if we know at the right stage, at least we can fix that problem. Correct. And as a team, we can fix that problem. So I have certain cases also wherein, somebody would start something but might not be able to complete it, and I then added another resource saying that hey, can you help him? Okay. I just have to send a message on the WhatsApp group. Hey, can you connect with him? He is facing this issue. I have to just send that message, and definitely they would coordinate among themselves. He will explain the issue, the other guy would fix it and everything. So
and that is what is good. A good team or the quality
attitude
team is required. So another related to this thing. So fresher or experienced people.
Experience. As a start, you need experienced people. I'll give you the reason. If you have an experienced people, right, you don't have to invest too much of your time into getting them trained, plus telling them what to do, what not to do. If they are experienced initially, right, so at least they can work independently. You have to just give them the direction that this is what we have to do, and they would be able to do it.
Deliver it.
Yeah, delivery. Definitely, initially the experienced people would cost us more, okay, rather than freshers. But with freshers, what would happen is we would have to train them, we would have to give our time. Plus, sometimes if we are busy, okay, and if they are not able to upgrade or upskill, right, and then we felt that we are at a fault because we were not able to give them the time because we are busy in our deliverables and everything.
Okay.
But if you have experienced people in the team and then you probably allocate just one fresher with him saying that, hey, you have this work to be done and this is the fresher which I have
You
allocated
need to
to you.
train him also.
You need to train him, you need to give him all the tasks which you think not worth spending your time.
Correct.
There might be few things which you would be doing, right? It's probably not technical,
Correct.
but they can delegate that task. Okay, so it should be mix of the things, but initially you need experienced people. That is what I think. I don't know what is your experience.
My experience is, I would have a mix-up team. Why? Because you need people, to grow in that direction. So, for us, what we do is, even when we took, for me, just attitude. Okay, that URL, you're learning things, and we run a couple of websites also. So, how we give training is we tell them, you do the practice, do all these things, learn about by yourself, and to run that website we document it, the articles.
Correct.
And that's where they get the experience more into that. I tell them, we think about scenarios. Client, we are not going to tell you, how many columns you have to add, all these things.
Correct.
Imagine you are working for XYZ client, you build the solution. Don't think that I don't have experience on this. No, you have the right mindset. Learn about it, right?
Correct.
So I want a mix of things because as a startup also we have to think about the salary part as well. So
yeah, exactly.
if we'll have more experience, then we need to make sure that we'll have a good clients and all these things.
Mix
So
of things.
I'll go for mix of things because and those are the people I still believe it's not about fresher or anything. Their attitude, they want to learn
more
things.
things.
And nowadays even college they are learning Pythons and everything on the itself. So but at the same time I do agree that we mostly focus on the product side. So that's the reason I don't have a client pressure most of the things.
Correct.
But yeah, definitely I work for TCS, HP and all these things. So I know it's delivery matters a lot. I mean ultimately client is paying us, so you have to deliver it on time. And the client, they don't care whether you use experience or these things. So they will pay you whatever you will tell them, like I need. So for delivery point of view, yes, of course we need that. That's how it is.
And one thing just before we continue, one thing just I would like to add is like what we also do for the new people also, for the experienced people also. When they join us, they might have experience with Power Apps, Power Automate and everything for a couple of years, and they might be working and they might have done some projects. But what we generally do is once they are onboarded, we give them the project which we have already delivered. Okay.
Oh, good.
With the screenshots and with the requirement document and everything, and we tell them you just go through it and you make it on your own. Okay. And then I basically communicate or collaborate both of the developer who has already done for the client. What kind of difference is, what kind of things both of them are thinking. One might have done right this way, the other might have done right.
That's good.
Yeah.
So that is good.
So both of them will learn from it.
It's not a competition.
Correct.
But I mean, you are not trying to judge like you have done better or he has done better or she has done better. Only thing is you will get to know where we might have been.
Correct. What was his thinking behind? What was his thinking behind implementing this way, and what was the thinking behind implementing this way? And both of them will learn. And we do also have we keep a weekly knowledge sharing session within our team. That is every Tuesday, wherein somebody would just spend 30 minutes of what they have think that while delivering the project, the challenges they faced, and how they tackled it, or anything new they have learned.
Okay. So where delivery is more crucial, like when you are with TCS delivering that time, or now when you are delivering to the client, because so which is more kind of easy and difficult for you?
Definitely working with TCS with delivery was very easy. Okay, what we do is at the end of the day, I have to just send a status mail saying that hey, this was the things which were done, these were the things which were not done, and these were the challenges, and then outside guy has to take care of
that thing.
Right. They would have, and all the burning hits they would take. if they have any questions or anything, they will reach out to us. But now when we are doing our full time delivering this,
You are the on-site manager also?
yes,
Everything.
I'm the pre-sales guy, I am the technical guy. I have to tell them, okay, why this is not done, if it is not done, how much time it will take. I cannot tell them that, okay, now we will join tomorrow and I will start doing it, right?
Okay.
We have to support during night also. So definitely it is
More challenging.
more challenging, yeah.
Okay. So I'll come to the little bit of community activities. I saw you have SPFX community, you are active, lot
PNP
of solutions, PNP
PNP
you have uploaded in that. So how that experience, and if someone wants to upload a solution into it, do you have to follow a process or something like that?
Right, right. So basically PNP is a pattern and practice community. It started as a SharePoint pattern and practice community. I got to know when I started writing articles and everything back in probably 2018 or something, okay, via LinkedIn and everything. And I saw that, that community was growing in terms of they were giving us certain patterns and practice around how to develop solutions around Microsoft and SharePoint basically. Okay, now it has grown to Microsoft 365. So how this thing has changed. But yes, there is a landing page which is pnp.github.io, which is a landing page. And in that landing page, you would find all the resources linked to different repos which are available. Okay. So there are SPFX sample web parts, there are SPFX extensions, Teams app samples, then there are Power App samples, then there are PowerShell sample script, Office 365 CLI scripts, all kind of different around, I don't remember the number, but probably 12, 14 repos are there.
Okay.
Wherein all the people like us who are community contributors, they basically contribute to that repo. If there is an initiative like Office 365 CLI, yesterday we met Arjun, right? So he is the one of the maintainer in that. That gives us an there also you can contribute, anybody can pick up any issues. If you have any ideas on, okay, you need probably this new command, you can put it into their GitHub issue, and somebody picks up that command. And if you think you are able to do it, you can also do it. Plus there are also guidance, documentations available on how to contribute, how to create a PR. Okay. If we are talking about PNP, so I'll definitely wanted to mention, because few of the, in India basically this side, few contributors are there, okay. But if you wanted to start contributing, there is an initiative within PNP itself, which is Sharing is Caring initiative, run by David and Hugo, wherein what they do is they basically, once they get around 10, 12 people or something who are first time contributors who wanted to start contributing, they do a session wherein they also allocate a smaller issue or a documentation update. Plus they also give you step-by-step guidance on each and every stage, how to create a pull request, what are things you need to create, how to set up your local environments and everything. So that is being done one-to-one. I know this because when I started contributing, I had done everything on my own. I started observing people who were doing things, how they are creating their PR, what kind of documentation they are doing. But then eventually as the community grow, it felt the need of having that, yes, somebody who wanted to contribute for the first time can definitely do that. Plus there are also so many community calls which are going on. Okay, so there is a bi-weekly call, SPFX Viva, wherein if you think that you have developed something and you wanted to do a demo, and then there are around 300 people who are joining all over the world that community call. Plus in Power Platform also we have similar thing. In Office Add-in we have similar thing. So there is lot of opportunities. You just have to go to pnp.github.io and you would see that all kind of different, based on your interest. Like if somebody
you are into that.
If you are into PNP PowerShell or something, and if you think that you wanted to contribute there, you can do it. I do contribution around creating sample web parts, reusable web parts, in SPFX, in Teams app.
I saw a couple of.
Right. So that works. And also to add that, sometimes this kind of reusable web parts are not just to have a full-fledged application. Either you have to explain a concept, saying that, okay, this is something which if people would understand, they can take this forward. So it's not that you have to develop a full-fledged solution or a product or something. Just create a simple web part and that's it.
Okay. So I'll try to put few links on that which will be helpful. And I'm sure if you have any question or anything, you can comment on the videos, and I will, Siddharth will also respond if he can when he has some time. So I'll put that information, and this is really helpful. You will get the visibility, you will get the solutions done. So that is a good thing, and he is very active on that. Lot of sample web parts, and you can just take it from GitHub and use it in your projects or the solution. That's really a good thing. So, so if someone wants to work with you, let's say, whether they have experience or expertise on this thing, so how can they connect you? I think I'll put your LinkedIn URL.
Yeah.
That's the best
LinkedIn,
thing.
yeah, definitely LinkedIn is the best thing. You are also active,
Yeah.
like LinkedIn is and Facebook for us or Instagram for us. So we are always active. So if you can send me a message on LinkedIn, definitely I would respond over LinkedIn. I am very much active there.
Yeah, I saw that. I'll ask two more questions, and related to one thing is the MVP things.
Okay.
So, do you think MVP helps you in some of the other way, whether in the journey of the startup, like getting clients trust, or or as a visibility point of view? Do you think that helps?
Definitely it helps. MVP award program, and you have been MVP far more than what I have been.
Yeah, 9
And
years.
you,
Mine is 9 years.
9 years, and I'm just 2 times MVP. But definitely it helps. Okay, first thing is that it gives you a credibility. So whenever we are doing a proposal, or whenever we're doing anything, talking to the client, if we just tell them we are Microsoft valuable professionals, the badge Microsoft is associated with it, right? I would be, factually it's true that some people doesn't know the MVP program, and they would think that
it's a certification kind of.
yeah, it's a certification. You are a Microsoft certified. No, I said no. Certification is different, and this is different. But at least keeping ourselves active in the community, getting this award recognition and everything, we do get few clients directly from the LinkedIn itself. People who know that okay, this is the guy who has been awarded in a particular category. It means he knows something, he has done something, and that is why it has been awarded. And I would say, probably 25 to 30% we have won the deal if you are just getting one-on-one with the client, considering you are an MVP, right? Yeah. After that, there are other factors you would know. Cost factors would come, bandwidth, time factors would come, plus based on the requirements, the resourcing and everything. But at least they would have that confidence. Okay, if not now, if somehow doesn't fit it, but they would reach out to you later.
Yeah, like a technical guy, a Microsoft MVP, with that credibility it gives.
Correct.
And how you came to know about this MVP, and how you got it, and because there are a lot of people, they ask me, how we can become an MVP. So what will be your suggestion for them?
I would say I got to know about MVP probably long back. I knew that there was some program, okay, like while probably 8, 9, 10 years back, okay, there is some program where they award this. But I was not that active. I was just active on Stack Overflow. Okay. What I do is I love to fix people's problem. Okay, and that is where I was very much active in Stack Overflow. And because of the gamification, it motivates us. You get the points, plus you get the comments and everything, and it motivates you that okay, you are trying to help somebody, right? But then when I was initially probably 4 or 5 years back, initially when I started doing all this Stack Overflow and everything, I thought that within my TCS team I was able to do some learning sessions and everything. We would be able to explain it. But what if I wanted to expand this to the next level, right? And that is where I show C# Corner. And in C# Corner articles, people were writing the articles, and I thought probably I cannot write these articles. I have never done this, and I might not be able to write these articles. But then when I started, I think it's okay. I mean, it's not that it's not that we have to be so much expert or anything. It's just that you have to pick a good topic and just put your words into it. Correct. Okay, and then they give a step-by-step procedure on how the article should make sense. Correct. Right? Correct. And that is how I started writing articles, and eventually I started getting this PNP thing. I started following few people like Nandeep and the Rabia, Kirti, everybody. I started following them, and I have seen that they were so much active in terms of delivering these sessions or contributing.
They are conducting a lot of live sessions, this online sessions that time.
Correct. In person, I started attending this kind of events like Microsoft 365 event, which happened in Pune as an attendee, right? And then it motivated me that okay, these people are doing great. They are sharing their knowledge. They are coming on the weekends. Plus, doing this preparation, delivering that session would take too much of time. Correct. But I thought that there might be something which I can also contribute to this. Okay. And I started doing that. Okay. And eventually, when I started, definitely MVP was not the goal. Okay. But when I started contributing to C# Corner, I got the MVP award, and honestly, I was very much happy. And then I thought that this is something which would be more valuable and importance and thing, right? And the idea is keep contributing. Okay, there is no algorithm or anything. Some people are been contributing probably 5 years or so. They are still not MVPs. Okay, for XYZ reason. Consistency is the word. Yeah. Plus, one thing I would say is that focus on your thing. Okay, what do you like to do? If you would follow somebody else and start doing all the things in tits and bits, you will not be able to carry. And plus, you would also see that it is not bringing that much value. You are doing something for the sake of doing things, right? For sake of doing
you cannot continue that for longer time. That's
correct. Exactly. Like I'll give my example. I started contributing to Office 365 CLI. Okay. I contributed few of the commands also and everything, and then I thought, this is something which I started. I was not getting that much interested in contributing there. While I was doing that SPFX web part or extension or sample, that is what I was liking. So I continued doing there. Doing all that kind of thing. Then Teams app sample would come. So I would say focus on the contribution. Do not expect that you would start contributing and become MVP probably in a year or so, 6 months or so. Okay, there is no algorithm. You have to make sure that whatever you are contributing, you are able to put value to that. Plus, you are also able to market that. Okay, that is also important. Okay, you can just contribute, but you need to show visibility also. So use LinkedIn, Twitter, etc.
LinkedIn, one of the best
platform. Yeah, Twitter also you can use, wherein you can and be vocal about it. If you think that you have written something or article or reference, anything you have written by somebody else article who had motivated you, be vocal about it and tag them also, saying that this was the idea behind where I came and this article was there. You have to be transparent, right?
Correct.
It should not be copy pasted or anything. Okay, you have to write something unique, definitely.
So do by yourself and write it. That's very important. And MVP also from my experience, a lot of people say if I'll write 50 articles, can I get the MVP? It's not work that way.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure that what you love, you continue that. One day it will come. If you'll ask to Microsoft people, who is responsible, Deepak. So he will tell that he will find you. So
correct.
You just keep on doing that. So so it is a nice conversation. And if you guys want any specific question that I should ask to people like professionals like him, so you can comment us, and I'll make sure that you will get a reply for that. And we recently wrote this book, and the hard copy came this one on Microsoft Power Platform of Deep Dive. This was written from our team. So our first guest, so I would like to thank you for this. This is a book for you.
Thank you very much.
And that's so thank you, Siddharth, joining us. It is a nice conversation.
Yeah, definitely.
And in future also we will make sure that we'll have a very longer session. We'll go in deep, lot more things on that. So thank you guys, and if you like it, subscribe to our channel. Do comment us, whom you want to see in the other podcast options. And thank you, and have a nice day.
Thank you.